Alright guys, how's it going? What's good tonight? Today, we're in Canada tonight, looking at 11 o'clock at night. Let me know where you guys are at tonight, what time it is. Today is my first video for YouTube. It's been something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I'm a bit shy, and I guess the goal of this is not only to communicate with you people out there with your thoughts on fish and the aquatic life and just what gets you guys going, right? We all have different enjoyments in life, and fish in the aquatic life is definitely it's my thing, as well as many of you guys too. So my goal is to make it somewhere, to have a name, to get that shyness out, to introduce myself to the world and what it's got to offer. So without further ado, my name is Daniel from Canada. I've moved around quite a bit. Currently, the last almost 5 years, I've been residing in beautiful BC. Can't complain. Weather's beautiful here, though the last 2 months it has been nothing but rain. But the sun's been popping out lately. We can getting those plants planted, and yeah. So I apologize if I ramble on about anything, if I'm not clear about anything. This is my first time, and it is a learning process. So stick with me, and towards the end of the video, I'm hoping to give you guys a quick view of at least one of my 6 tanks as of right now. It's been my 60 gallon. I've been working on it really for the last, well, every day actually, for the last 2 months, I believe, since I've had it. It's been a project. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable. It's been relaxing. It's great to, sit around with the family and just watch the lifestyle under the sea, what it's like for these guys to enjoy their day like we do with our day. Alright, so let's get into it. Today's topic is going to be about food. I know it's very basic. I think that it's a great way to start. But let's get into it. Let's talk about food. When I'm saying food, I'm saying I'm talking about a community tank. And when I say community tank, I mean a tank that has 3-4 species within it, that are able to all swim side by side, get along with each other without any problems amongst each other. The more the merrier has always been the key. It's figuring out who can go in. A lot of it has to do with the amount of time that you put into it. I believe that there is no fish that can't be in a community tank. I have myself have fish in my tank that I've heard people say, hey, like that fish will eat that fish will get that fish upset or irritate that fish, or and I've never had this problem, and maybe it's just the luck of the draw when I pick it, but yeah. So food, here we go. How many times do we feed our fish a day? How often a week do we feed it? Do we fast our fish? Do we diet our fish? What is it that we are feeding our fish? So, for example, my 60-gallon community tank, I have 4 or 5 different species that live within each other. That being angelfish, barbs, frogs, snails, loaches, tetras, like you name it, it's in there. And like I said, I've had a lot of fun. And one thing I don't recommend so far, I have tried on multiple occasions to get one of my male bettas to hang out within the tank. He does good for about 1 minute, and then he's the bully. He's a great betta, but he is a bully. He likes his own space. He likes to have a big tank. He likes to take up his own room. He's quite the prince, that's for sure. Again, I'm gonna look forward to showing you guys more about my tank here soon. So food. When I feed my fish, especially just speaking of my community tank only right now, with the amount of species, I do have certain things like my Colombian golds. They're pigs. They want to eat. They don't stop. My angelfish have become quite gorby themselves. So I have a routine on how I feed my fish equally with the best amount of time, the best waste. And so it's actually a three-step process. Like humans, we most of us adults we eat once a day and we snack out for the rest, right? Pretty average. Most of us, that's just what we do. Um, and that's what I do with my fish. So they get one good meal, and luckily today, I have not fed. I have given them a snack this morning. I have not fed my fish today because I wanted to do that with you guys for my first video. So stay tuned, keep going, watch this video. We're almost there, and yeah. So food. Um, my big meal for the day, I do feed them 7 days a week. One day I do fast. I only fast for 12 hours because these guys, they eat and it stays in their belly for 2 hours at most, right? So you're not wanting to starve them, especially if they're on this role of how they get fed and when they get fed. You don't want to complicate things. You don't want to, upset them, right? You know how it feels if you're used to having supper at 5 o'clock and mom doesn't want to make it anymore at that time. So keeping up with the routine on how you're feeding your food. So again, what I do is I feed it the big meal at 10 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 9, depending on, the day. And what I do is I use a mix. So I have bloodworms, I have shrimp, and another set of brine shrimp here. All very good stuff. All of my fish tend to like this stuff. And what I do is I take each little cube here. They do come in little cubes. I cut each cube into half so that I have a half of this cube, a half of this cube, and a half of this cube. I put a little bit of water in a bowl, and I let it kind of soften up. I don't like throwing the cubes in rock hard because the angelfish will eat it before it even falls to the bottom for the rest of the fish. So what I do is, that's the main course. But before I do that, I like to use flake food. It tends to get the golden barbs and who else here? My roseline shark. They'll feed off it first. They're picky, and then that gives me a chance to drop in the main meal so that everybody gets to eat equally and sufficiently without adding too much waste to the water. Throughout the day, around 2 o'clock and before nighttime around 9 o'clock, I tend to feed them just the flakes. I stick to the flakes. It's a good diet, especially if you're going to give them a nice big meal like that in the morning. Snack. They just want a snack after, right? Different things. I have frogs. So what I'm using now is the frog food. And what's great about this food is the loaches. The loaches love this food. My cories, they absolutely love frog food. I can't explain it. It's easy access. And the frogs. Obviously the frogs love it. Where are we at? So, bug bites. This one's hit or miss. It's an expensive product, which is upsetting because it is a hit or miss. It's for cichlids, but it seems that my roseline shark absolutely loves these things. My golden barbs, they eat anything, so they like these. Once in a blue moon, my angelfish will take control of these. 1, 2, 3 pieces. So it's not a lot that you're wanting to put this stuff in. When I do use it it is used as a snack instead of food. More so food for the shark though. But it's 5 pellets, right? It's they're big pellets. They're good sized pellets. It says small to medium fish, but like I said, they are bigger pellets here, if you can see that. Moving on, um, I have a couple betta. My betta really like this dry worm, bloodworm. I like to crush it up. As you can see, that was 2 months ago. They really love this stuff. Um, I like to feed it to my snails. The snails tend to, it drops at the bottom, they tend to suck on that stuff. So that's good. Loaches, I'm using sinking wafers. And again, guys, throughout this whole thing, leave a comment below. Let me know what food is working best for your community tank. 3, 4 species or more. I'm still struggling too. I'm still new to this. I've always been around fish. I'm from the Maritimes originally. Fish is in my blood, and I just want to be the best I can be with this. Like I said, it's a great hobby. It's something I've really enjoyed. Moving on, betta. Betta, everybody knows. It's that one bio gold food, and you know it's a soft sinking wafer. Floats on the top a bit, then gradually sinks down, but it never tends to sink down before um, before it gets devoured by the betta. I do have two. They say 3, 4, 5 pieces 3 times a day. Again, I'm going off of my own experiences, and this is what I'm trying to share with you guys. Do you guys have the same experiences? Are you guys feeding your fish the same way I am? 3 times a day, fasting for 12 hours once a week. Right? We don't want to starve these fish. We don't want to upset these fish. What products are you using? What companies are you using? Lately is I'm really into the bug bites. I'm really, we've got 2 sets of different bug bites, flakes and pellets. Always a big fan of Hikari. It's never done me wrong. The only thing I can kind of downplay is anything like Nutrifin or Essentials. It's basic stuff, and yes, I didn't want to say anything, but it is my first time. We just got a new fry due to my cherry barbs, so that will be in a video later on. Yes. Again, sorry for the hesitations. Comment below. Let me know what's going on in your tank. How many fish you got going on in your tank? What size is your tank? What are you feeding your fish? I want to know that for sure, for sure. Maybe I need to switch some things up. Like I said, sometimes it's hit or miss depending on how I feed them, how it's fed. Yeah. So, nutrition-wise, are you guys looking for growing your fish big, nutritious? The problem I was having with this flake food here. The reason I start using bug bites bug bites flake food is because unlike this, there was nothing I could really see different except for bug bites says high protein diet. Fortified with essential vitamins and minerals. And it's just that much more. The smell, it looks more fancier. I've noticed that the colors are actually enhancing. A lot of things say, oh, colors enhance when you're using this. My own personal opinion, I'm not seeing it. But again, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Let me know. And yeah, so I do plan to touch bases on this first video again. I know food is an important thing. How we feed our fish is super important. How we feed ourselves is super important. And making sure that your fish are fed properly gives you the most enjoyment with your fish and watching how much your fish are liking being around you, And yeah, so I'm not going to show you all the tanks tonight. I do want to show you at least the 60-gallon. I got a couple of new plants today. You guys can stay tuned. Tomorrow, I do plan on making up some videos quite daily. Tomorrow, I will be going to my first fish farm in Ashcroft, I believe it is. That is in BC. My first fish farm. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It'll be your guys' first fish farm. Yeah, tongue twisters. So yeah, stay tuned. I got 2 days. I believe we are getting tickets to go to Vancouver to go take a hour and a half detour through the aquatic museum. That'll be a good time. I know a lot of you guys are around the world that haven't gotten a chance to come to Canada, haven't gotten a chance to see what our kind of museums are about and what they hold and how they're fed, right? How they're taken care of. And it's gonna be a good time, guys. It's gonna, I think we're gonna soar here. So stick with me. Wait, watch my next video. It will be uploaded tomorrow, and let's get to the feeding. All right. I'm not gonna talk too much about my fish or show off my fish too much, but you'll get an idea. So let's go. All right. So here we got is my 60-gallon. As you can see, there are other tanks here. The new fry is in this bowl. We got some more tanks going on over here. I believe there's 3 there, and we got some more just kicking around. I'm looking to expand more tanks, and with your guys' help and your guys' likes, hit that like, splash that like button. If you want to see tomorrow's video, splash that like button. If you want to see the museum video, splash that like button. If you just want to kick around and see more videos discussing how we make these guys the happiest that we can make them. Alright, so feeding time. Let's do this. Again, I did not feed these guys. I did want to wait for today. So they're going to get their big meal today. They are getting the big meal today. Alright, so we got a nice clean area. This is my cup I like to use. I'm a big Rockstar fan, guys. Popping these bad boys out. Got yourself a clean knife. Make sure no soap is on that stuff. No soap on your hand. Always wash your hands before feeding your fish for sure. You got that acids on your hands. You don't want that. So we got a half. I'm gonna throw that in there. Just stick that back in here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I tried to make a decent length video. That's my first one, just to show, the effort. Try not to be too nervous right now. So you see shrimp. We got bloodworm in there, and we're gonna put brine shrimp, and that is again half a cube of each, for approximately 12 species in that tank. Again, community tank only. And yes, I will be feeding the other fish tonight. We're just going to focus on this one. So we'll get that all. There's a little bit of water in there, kind of melt it down. Alright, so I don't want to melt it down too much. I just, like I said, if I leave it frozen, the angelfish will eat it all before the bottom feeders get at it. And I want to do the best way I know how, best efficient way. So we got our frozen here. I'm gonna set that aside. These guys are hungry. Like a few times they've been like, "Yo, dude, like, come on, feed us." Okay, so we got our flakes, our frog food, and wafers. So like I said, when we start, I like to do the bug bites. Nice color. It's and you can see these guys they know what's up. Yeah, hi guys. You guys hungry? Say hi to everybody on YouTube. Alright, and again, we got frogs, we got this nice shark here. He's starting to get that red color, and actually that color has come from this, I believe. Especially the bloodworms has really helped out. So here we go. I find feeding your fish, learning to feed your fish by hand is the best thing. Oh, let's go wash our hand real quick. No soap, just warm water. Right, the acids on your hands, get that off. Right. So Right, okay, so let's try to get these guys fed up here first. Sorry about the visual. So you get this stuff, it's just some red, it's good stuff. It smells great. We're gonna feed these guys up here. And just let them, just let them have their little snack. No, I think right now they're saying no, let's just feed me everything, okay? Well, we got everybody up here, a lot of them are up here. Our foods are looking really good, so I am going to go ahead and kind of evenly place that there. Now while they are eating right now, they're preoccupied with what's going on in here. I do leave a little bit frozen just so that the waste doesn't hit the ground too much. These are my little pigs right there. As you can see, they took the whole thing of bloodworms. This has been my hard issue. A couple of those cories down there. So now we've got the dry food, we've got the frozen food in. We're going to take a wafer. Probably, I like to put two wafers in there. I do have two loaches, two cories that they like that stuff, right? I like to keep my feeding in certain areas so that they remember where they're getting it. So my wafers tend to go here on this thing. Let me just plop those two bad boys down. They sink. And again, while these guys are all preoccupied, as you guys can see, I love these angelfish. Fun story, this angelfish was actually not born with his chest fins. Correct me if that is not the correct term. And lastly, for the feeding, we are, sorry about the camera work, gonna dip into the frog food. And I like to put my frog food over here in the sand area. It kind of gives everybody an easy visual for it's just easier for the fish to see and the frogs, and yeah. So yeah, stay tuned tomorrow. We are hitting up the Ashcroft Fish Farm. It's going to be a good time. It's my first time. It's going to be our first time, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching this big video. Sorry it took so long. I'm going to cut these videos down to 10 minutes, but hopefully get one up every day. Alright guys, this is Daniel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.